So today has involved a lot of time looking at electrics again, rationalising things, working out how things go. We had a very nearly splodey battery, which, having tracked it down and realised that's what was tripping the charger out, then was such a tight fit that the only way I could remove it from where it was to actually sand the side of the battery and the wooden hole. It was under a millimetre too small. Anyway, a couple of other things happened. Turns out that pretty much all of the fuel lines on the starboard engine are screwed. Every time I got pressure in the fuel system, it just blew out. So I've ordered new fuel lines, and if I just pause you a second. So they have transplanted the entire Jaguar fuel system except for the fuel tank including this weird little expansion thing. So what I have at the moment is a fuel pump, which I think is working as a lift pump, which then goes to a fuel filter, which then goes to this, which then feeds another fuel pump, which then feeds another filter. And all of these lines have been made up, and they're just, well, yeah, you can't really easily see without me throwing stuff on the floor, but they're all utterly gone. So I've ordered new fuel lines. I've gone for E10 safe rubber lines at the moment, and then what we'll do is we'll get braided stuff. There's my MFT, by the way, which is replacing most of the instrumentation, if not all of it, on the boat. But I'm trying to get some of the old stuff working because I need to mess around with NMEA 2000 for that. I'm going to need transducers and things for it. And I thought I had a complete system on the boat. So that thing is a NASA creation and appears to work. That just needs a serial GPS signal. It's not terribly useful on its own. Whether it goes back in the dash, I don't know, because once again, I need to go from GPS to NME 0138, which is serial, which is that. I probably can do that with stuff that I've got kicking around, but I'm ultimately going to need to go to NMEA 2000 for that. So at that point, I don't know, because the radio is going to want NMEA as well. So I'm going to have to build some converters. I can build them easy enough because I've done a lot of GPS work, so we're not worried about that. And this thing, which is kind of a, again, multifunction type thing, but this doesn't exist. There is nothing on this company. There's nothing on this unit at all. It's a locally built bit of kit. They obviously sold a few thousand of them, but yeah, I can't find anything on it. So I don't know that this will go back in, because I've got power, and this does power up. I don't know where that connector comes from. I need to find out where it goes. That matches something else I've got. Bear with me again. So in the fuel lines, there are these transducers, and again, these don't seem to be put in any sensible sort of way. They're flow transducers, and they go out to that, which looks like that. But on the starboard engine alone, there's three. There is a flow, there is a return, and I don't know what the other one is. Again, it's all been... What I think's happened is when the Penta engines were taken out, everything was stripped back to a point, and then everything from the Jag was then bolted onto that as well. So yeah, this is getting confusing. Starboard engine, I don't think has spark either, so there's going to be a lot of wiring. There's more of this than I had intended there being. So that's probably going to end up as a teardown. We'll try and see what it is, how it works, and that I don't know I'll use, but apparently they still go for good money, so I might transplant that. I don't know. I need to have a long think about what we're going to do. I have GPS modules at the office. I have CAN modules at the office, and maybe we'll put something together to start fudging some data into this, and talking NMEA, because obviously I need to get... I've got lots and lots of gauges. I've got a really complicated cockpit, if you've looked at it, or bridge. and obviously that would just be easier, and I can rebuild it to put that in, and that's got all the instruments. So yeah, I need to think about how I'm going to do this. Do we go with this and idiot lights, or do we go with this and keep some of the instruments? Fuel temperature, fuel pressure, oil temperature, voltage. I've got that can be done on here. Trim level and tabs can be done on here. So yeah, it's deciding what I want to go with and how I want to do the dash. I mean, the priority now is to get the engine started, get the legs on, and get it to the point where I feel safe actually moving it. But I'm going to need something. I mean, bare minimum, there's that and a paper chart. But if I've got the lighthouse charts on here and I've got GPS on here, then I don't need to do that. It's a decision based on what I need quickest, basically. Anyway, take care. Bye.